What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video by TrunkFreshGreen34, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be doing a bit of a reveal recap, as I'm calling it, where basically I'm just going to summarize some of the recent reveals that have happened in the Cars community because there's actually been quite a few, and honestly, we get reveals so often nowadays that it can be hard to keep track of them. So I kind of wanted to summarize some of the more recent ones into a single quick video. So yeah, gonna try something different today, and let me know what you guys think of it. But yeah, without further ado, I guess we're just gonna jump right in it. Starting off with the most recent singles case reveal, which I believe is one of the last singles cases for the year. This was recently revealed to us by way of Mr. Docket, and some of the most notable cars in this case include Miles Axlerod with open hood, who you see on screen here, Mark Wheelsen, who I'll talk about in a bit, Todd the Pizza Planet truck from Cars 1. That's a really exciting re-release depending on how they do it. If they do the muddy version from Cars 1, that could be kind of interesting because that one hasn't been out in a while. Or they could re release the clean version from 2017. Who knows what that's going to look like? I'm very interested to see what that is. I think that's going to be a very popular re release for people. And then the last notable re release that I can remember off the top of my head here is You the Bomb Mater, which has not been released in like a decade, pretty much. So, very excited about that. And another car that hasn't been re released in almost a decade is Miles Axelrod with open hood. And the reason he hasn't been re released is a pretty good one because he was a chase. So Mattel is continuing the trend that they started last year of re releasing chases. They did this last year with Lee Racing, and it's been met with some mixed reactions. Personally, I can understand why people are frustrated by it, but I also don't really like the whole chase and super chase concept in general, so I don't necessarily hate that they're doing this, but I can understand why people don't like it and are against it, basically. However, one thing I will applaud Mattel for is they actually used the correct artwork and named him properly. In 2022, we got Miles Axelrod regular version and then Miles Axelrod with microphone. Both of them just had generic Miles Axelrod artwork, and both of them just said Miles Axelrod. It wasn't specified that one had the microphone in it. It was a very weird thing that happened in 2022. I kind of thought that maybe Mattel was trying to simplify the line a little bit, but that doesn't seem to be the case, especially because, as you can see here, they've actually correctly named him Miles Axelrod with open hood and given him the correct artwork. So that's pretty awesome. I don't have this release, so I'm looking forward to picking that up. Having another Miles Axelrod variant in my collection should be pretty fun. And I imagine most people don't have the original either, so this will definitely be a good re release. And then another notable car in the case is Mark Wheelsen. So I forgot to mention that these images, actually, the Miles Axelrod and Mark Wheelsen images, were found on, I think it was called Cultura.com. Not really sure what it is they sell, but they do have an assortment listing for Disney car singles, which is what these images were a part of. And they were found by the Cars Diecast Reveals in Instagram page. So, anyways, back to Mark Wheelson. Really like the artwork here, and again, hasn't been re-released since like 2015, I believe. So definitely going to be another popular one. I love that Mattel is finally branching out beyond World Grand Prix stuff from in terms of Cars 2 releases. It was pretty bad in the first couple years post Cars 3. But then, in 2020, they kind of loosened up. They did some London Chase releases. 2021, we got some Cruise in Tokyo stuff. Last year, we got Meldorado Show and 95 Returns. And then this year, it seems like we have Palace Chaos. In addition to, Spies and Lemons being back as well, which is fantastic. Very, very happy with that decision. And yeah, I think this is a pretty fun release. Again, I definitely think this one is going to be very popular. I'm glad to see it. Now, moving on to something else that I think is really, really cool. This is the Frank Escape and Stunt Race playset, which was found on Amazon. And honestly, I don't think I expected this to actually exist. This is basically based off of an much, much, much older playset that Mattel did back in like 2008, 2009 with the same concept. I don't know if this set is the exact same layout. I think it could be. I'm not sure, but it's pretty much the same gimmick of running away from Frank and having the tractor there. It's really cool. It's a great callback to the kind of classic era of cars collecting. I'm super happy that they're doing this. Even though I personally probably won't pick it up, I like it. It kind of evokes that nostalgia, like I said, in the same way that the Piston Cup, I think it's the Piston Cup Action Speedway, that's also coming out this year. So I definitely like that they're kind of going back to their roots with the Cars playsets this year. That's definitely something that I am a big fan of, and I will give them credit for that this year. Bravo, Mattel. um, so yeah, it comes with Frank. It looks like a dirt track Cars 1 McQueen with a very similar expression to the original version that came out in the original set, as well as a tractor and three hay bales. So really, really fun. Yeah, not too much to say other than that. Definitely a good set. I like that they also made it so it will connect to the Cars on the Road sets. For those who don't know, in 2022, when Cars on the Road came out, Mattel switched up the playset connectors. So now all the on the road ones have different ones that do not match the stuff before Cars on the Road. But it looks like these non on the road sets will be able to link up with them still. So that's kind of awesome. I like that. You'll be able to attach your Frank Escape and Stunt Race set to your Showtime Circus set. So that'll be kind of fun to see. Yeah, pretty solid playset. And last but not least, this was something that was revealed within the last 24 hours of me recording this video by Tim something on Facebook. I'm sorry, I forgot his full name. I will include that in the description and possibly on screen. But yeah, that was who found it. I believe in Australia because that's where all the new mini racers are found these days, it seems. But I could be wrong on that. And yeah, this is the fourth series of 2023 blind boxes, which is pretty interesting. Starting off with the three new releases, we have Noriyuki, which I'm kind of excited about. Speed Demon, which I'm not excited about just because I don't really like the concept of Speed Demon in the Cars universe. It's really messy. I'm not a fan. That's a can of worms for another day, though. But it's cool that she is getting a mini racer. And then lastly, we have Doug Krankle, who unfortunately is not colored correctly, which definitely dampens this release for me. But it's to be expected. The diecast and color changers both had the same issue, so not that shocking that the mini racer would also have the same problem. Hopefully that gets corrected in the future, but I'm not going to hold my breath about it. um, so in terms of re-releases, they're actually kind of interesting. Transforming McQueen, that hasn't been re-released in like 2 or 3 years, so I'm super excited about that. Similar story with Jim Reverick. That's definitely going to be a popular re-release. Finn McMissile and the Tokyo Mater cars, also pretty cool. And then, of course, the one that seems to be making the most waves is the re-release of the Carbon Shu Todoroki, which was exclusive to a big 15 pack last year. So people are disappointed that the big 15 pack exclusive is now being available as a single. And I don't blame them, but that's kind of just how it goes with the Mini Racers line now. You kind of have to take a gamble, because sometimes they re-release stuff that they put in multi-packs less than a year later. Like it's crazy. So you kind of have to take the risk. But I really do wish it was the regular Shu Todoroki. I know some people have been saying that maybe Mattel thinks this is regular Shu, which is definitely kind of crazy. But at this point, it could very well be possible. I have no idea. I don't know why they're only doing carbon Shu. Hopefully, we get normal Shu eventually, but we'll see. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the reveals today. I hope you enjoyed this first installment of reveal recap, I guess. Not too sure how often I'm going to do these or if I'm going to do another one. This is kind of just a test to see if there's demand for something like this. Thought it'd be kind of a fun little experiment. But yeah, let me know in the comments your thoughts on this type of video and your thoughts on the reveals themselves. I'm most excited to get the mini racers, and Miles Axlerod with open hood, because I don't have that version yet. So that'll be pretty fun. But yeah, that's about it for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.